Raina, it's been a long time. I didn't think that after I transferred my workplace to the private elementary school I had so long wanted to teach at, there would be your daughter in my class. I guess you deleted your previous SNS account because I took away your boyfriend Sam, right? Right after graduation, you moved away as if you wanted to escape as quickly as possible. It was a good idea of mine to make a group account on the SNSs of my students' parents. To think I was able to get your account name that way. Funny, isn't it? Crazy. I think this is going to be so much fun for me. Good evening, Miss Moss. What? I don't intend to have any private relationship with you, so I will act as my daughter's homeroom teacher only. If you could do the same, I would appreciate it. Oh, really? You're a boring woman like you've always been. Well, whatever. I hope you'll have a good time this year then. By the way, Raina, you were raised by your mom, right? A single-parent family? It totally makes sense. Good evening, Miss Moss. Yes, my mother raised me, but is there something? Then your mother got divorced from your father, right? I don't think I'm obligated to answer that question to you. I see. You're going to keep that a secret, I see. Are you asking this question to all the other parents of your students? I believe there are other families who are in similar situations. I don't ask such a thing to everyone. In that case, I also have no obligation to answer you. What? It's not like it would hurt to tell me, right? We're friends, aren't we? I don't plan to have any dealings with you whatsoever, except as my daughter's homeroom teacher. Please excuse me. Hello, Raina. Would you have a moment? It's about the homeroom teacher. Oh, hello, Vicky. It seems that we both have our daughters in the same class this year. That's right. I hope we'll have a good school year together. Yes, me too. And you said something about the homeroom teacher? Is it true that you and Miss Moss went to the same university and were in the same school year? Oh, yes, that's right. But we weren't all that friendly with each other to begin with. At school, I plan to interact with her only as my daughter's homeroom teacher. I also told her that. I see. But in that case, it might be easier to talk about this with you. What happened? Well, today, my daughter came back home crying. Oh? What happened? She was asked to solve a problem that they hadn't covered in class yet, so she said that she doesn't know the answer. Then Mrs. Moss said that this is why a family with a single parent have stupid kids, and those who grow up without a father come out this way, and so on. She was under verbal attack for quite a while. What? Then it seems that your daughter, Judith, tried to help my daughter. Oh. I am really grateful for that, but since I know that your family is also like mine, so if you become the target, that would be very troublesome. So I thought I should let you know about it. Thank you for thinking about us. I'll ask my daughter about this later. It might also be helpful if you could let me know how you might handle this if that were to happen. Yes, I see. Thank you for the information. No, thank you. It was wonderful that Judith came to my daughter's help. If there's anything else that comes up, I'll pass that along to you. Yes, thank you. Miss Moss, do you have a moment now? Oh, look who it is. It's rare that you would contact me, Raina. My daughter came back home crying from school. She tells me that you tore her textbook into pieces. Could you explain what's going on? Oh, about that. This is also your fault as a mother. Me? I know you're poor since you come from a single mother's family, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to pay for the tuition. I am paying the tuition. You were crying on the phone as you were called to the office to say that you can't pay for the tuition. What? Did you think I wouldn't know about that? Unfortunately for you, I happened to be in the office at that time. As punishment, I tore your daughter's textbook because she didn't pay for her tuition and attend my class. I am also working for my salary. I will deal with these matters as business. Excuse me? Are you talking about the matter regarding the system error the bank was experiencing on the day of the money transfer? What? I happened to go to school on another matter. I just telephoned the office to inform them that I would pay the tuition in person and in cash. What? You can confirm with the school. There would be record of the payment. What? You paid? Yes, I paid for the whole amount. Miss Moss, you were also making another girl cry yesterday, weren't you? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Like my family, this girl came from a single mother's family, and I hear that you asked her to solve a problem that you haven't covered in class yet. When you saw that she couldn't answer the question, you brought up her family situation and showered her with verbal abuse. It seems like you are quite biased when it comes to a single mother's family. Miss Moss, would you care to tell me out of what reason you are doing such a thing? What? You don't realize it yet? What are you talking about? This is my revenge to you. What? A revenge? You think you can send your daughter to a private school? When you come from a single mother's family, that's not where you belong. I thought I'll start by giving that girl a bit of a hard time. But as for you and your daughter, I can't forgive both of you, so I'll just beat the crap out of you both. What do you mean? Your daughter. Her father is Sam, isn't it? What? It seems like you divorced him a long time ago. But it basically means that you took Sam away from me. I really was in love with Sam, but in the end, he dumped me. Then a year later, I hear that he got back together with his ex and married her. What the hell? That's why I can't stand neither you nor your daughter. You understand me? Miss Moss. No, from here I'll speak to you as your former classmate. My daughter's father is not Sam. What? I have also heard that Sam got back together with his ex and that they got married. But she is someone Sam had dated when he was in high school. What? A high school sweetheart? Then your husband is... Judith's father, and my husband died 2 years ago. What? So I said what I wanted, so I'll end speaking to you as your former classmate. Miss Moss, it seems that you still don't realize who runs your school, do you? What about it? You don't know who I am? What? You're my former classmate from college, and now you're a parent of one of my students. There is also one more. What is it? I am one of the managing directors of your school. What? What? I think teachers should be aware of who their managing directors are, don't you think? Rather, I have seen you several times at school. But you didn't realize that I was one of the managing directors despite that? Oh my God. But anyway, Miss Moss, the way you have been treating some of the students in your class is unacceptable. We will be convening a meeting with the other managing directors to discuss your case. Oh my God, no way! In your hiring process, there was a managing director who recommended you. And he told me that he'd have been completely deceived by someone who had talked highly of you. We will notify you when we decide what measure we will be taking against you. Until then, please refrain from coming to school. Raina, give me money! What? Oh, Miss Moss, I guess it's been half a year now. Money! Give money? I to you? That's right. I hear that you come from a pretty wealthy family, don't you? So you're demanding money from me? That's right. Because of you and all the confusion you caused, I was fired from that school. And now I can't get myself hired by any school. Confusion? What are you talking about? I thought that you had a daughter with Sam, but that turned out to be wrong. You weren't poor, although you came from a single mother's family, and that you were one of the managing directors of the school. You caused me all the confusion. You are to blame. If you have any intention of apologizing to me, then $50,000. No, give me $100,000. $100,000? I have absolutely no intention of making an apology, so I have no reason to give you the money either. What? If you had wanted to find out who Sam got married to, you could have easily found out through your friends. Also, your bias led you to assume that a single-mother family is poor, which is just complete nonsense. I have been a managing director of the school before you came to teach at the school. And that you didn't know this basic information is your own fault. On top of that, to harass your own students based on your prejudice and personal revenge means you are not fit to be a teacher. Terrible! A teacher who is supposed to teach her students should not rip their textbooks. That is just horrendous. But now I can no longer continue being a teacher, and I can't find a job. I see, and you are demanding money from me. So I guess you threw away your pride? What on earth? If you think that I would help you out, you are utterly mistaken. You need to realize that. Hey! Bye! Because she was so persistent, I got carried away myself towards the end. But perhaps thanks to that, it seems like my words had some effect on her. Because Miss Moss has not contacted me since that time. According to what I heard from a friend of mine, after she had demanded money from me, she was forced to move out of her apartment because she could no longer pay for her rent. She apparently had no choice but to go back to her parents' home. It also seems that even though her job hunting has not been going well, she had been living a lavish life and had gotten herself in quite a debt. After the collection letters arrived at her parents' place, her parents could no longer take it. The day after the collection letters, they drove Miss Moss out of their house. Having lost a place to stay, Miss Moss was last seen taking a train headed to Tokyo, but hasn't been seen since.
Hi, Lily! Samantha? It's been a while. What's going on? You're being very cold. I don't think we're that close. You usually don't use heart emojis in the text. What are you talking about? I've always thought that you were cute. You're my cute little sister. I'm sad because after you got married, you never come back to the house. How can you say that? You've been stealing everything from me. You can't complain about that. I'm your older sister, which makes me better than you. I don't want to have this conversation. If you don't have anything to say, bye. Wait a minute! What? I swear this is going to be the last time I'm going to want your stuff. The last time? I have a new boyfriend. According to the conversation, it seems like you took my boyfriend. That's it. As you know, I am married, so I don't have a boyfriend. I mean, a boyfriend to me. What? I'm talking about Mike. Mike? Are you kidding me? I'm going to take Mike from you. I already have him. I see. Oh, you don't seem so upset. I kind of realized he was cheating on me. He's been late recently, and he says that he has business trips, even though his department doesn't have business trips. Business trip? Are you talking about the ones he went to last month on the third weekend? Yes, it was those days. I could also tell that his lover was leaving me signs so that I would find out. Oh, you noticed those? I noticed it, but I never thought it was you, sis. Did you talk to Mom and Dad? I told them. They said that I'm better for Mike. You're better for Mike? Since we're sisters and I am older than you, I'm going to have to eventually take care of my parents, right? So it's always better for the older sister to marry a guy with a great income. I see. Dad was always on your side. Of course! You're just a bonus kid. Anyways, I guess it's clear, so that's enough. So, that means you'll give Mike to me? I don't care, but I'm going to get what I deserve. What do you get? Yes, like alimony. Even though we're sisters, you have to pay for the affair. I see. It's okay. Mike will pay for those. Also, the house you're living in, is it Mike's property? Yes, it is. That's great. A huge house with a nice garden. I'm so excited to live there with Mike, so can you get out of the house? Yes, I'll leave when I find a new place to live. Okay, leave as soon as possible. Hey, Lily! I have something important to tell you. What are you talking about? I'm very tired from work all day. Oh dear. You used to be a housewife until a year ago, but now you aren't. I guess it's hard for a woman who got divorced. If you don't have anything to say, I'm not talking to you. Bye. Wait! What? I'm going to have a wedding with Mike. Okay, congratulations. Bye. Wait a minute! I'm still talking! What are you talking about? I don't want to talk to you anymore. The wedding is tomorrow. I see. You're going to come, right? No, I'm not. What are you talking about? Your favorite sister is getting married. You're not my favorite sister. Don't say that. I'm just joking. Jokes aside, why do I want to go to a wedding for my ex-husband and his lover? But you're my sister. It's weird if my sister is not at the wedding. I see. Even though you have no common sense and cheated, you still worry about what other people think of you. It seems like you don't actually mean it, but I'm going to ignore that for now. Anyways, we spent $50,000 on the wedding. $50,000? Do you still have that much money left? What do you mean? You guys paid me $30,000, so that's gone. You still have to pay the mortgage on the house. But with Mike's salary, it's a piece of cake. Okay, I'm going to ask just in case. What is it? Do you know how much money Mike makes? Mike's salary? I'm guessing about $100,000 a year. You haven't actually asked him? I don't have to ask him. He buys me luxury items every month. I go to the spa and he lets me travel whenever I want to. He lets me do all this so I don't have to ask him. I see. Thinking about this, you must be having a hard time. Since Mike dumped you, you can't have this luxury life anymore. You have to work for a company now. Oh, poor Lily. Say whatever you want. I'm not going because I have work tomorrow. You say that, but I know you're going to come tomorrow, right? I'm going to prepare a seat for you. I'm going to send you the location and the time of the wedding later. I'm not going. Missed call. Missed call. Hey, Lily! That's enough. Do you still love Mike? Is it fun for you to interrupt my happiness? What are you talking about? What does this mean? What are you talking about? Isn't it your wedding day today? Yeah, it is, but there's a huge problem. You have to come over now and explain yourself to everybody here. I don't know how you contacted everyone, even my friends. Do you think it's okay not to come to someone's wedding? Does that mean that the people you invited didn't come to your wedding? Don't act like you don't know anything about it. I know you planned all this. Mom and Dad are so angry as well. So, Dad and Mom are in the wedding venue. They're here, but Mike's side of the family is not here. Are you kidding me? Bring everyone here now. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I don't know anything about it. What? I think this happened on its own. I didn't do anything. Why? Samantha, you kept on stealing your friend's boyfriend. It seems like you were famous for that when you were in school. I'm sure a lot of people have grudges against you. Then, what about the relatives? Why would anyone want to celebrate someone who stole their sister's husband? But I'm their cute little niece. Do you know what Uncle and Aunt said? They don't want to thank Mom and Dad as a relative because they accepted your filthy wedding. What are you talking about? All this conversation happened 1 year ago when I got divorced. People have thought since then and they didn't want to be invited to such a wedding. Also, Mike is cut off by his parents and his relatives. I don't think anyone at work likes him as well. How can you say that? I think you should say those words about yourself. Didn't you ask beforehand if people were attending the wedding? I told the people who said they couldn't come that they had to come. So they're supposed to come today. But they're not here. Wow, you're forcing yourself. I know you did something. Your wedding's in the city, right? Yes, but what about that? I've been in the countryside since the day before yesterday for work. The countryside? For work? When you told me about your weddings the other day, I was relaxing at my hotel room. Why would I spend my relaxed time on something stupid like this? What are you talking about? I started selling my handmade items online 4 years ago. What? I only sold it online for a while, but in the past year, I've started selling it at stores as well, so I have been busy. Honestly, I don't give a shit about you and Mike. Are you serious? I thought you were a housewife. No. You knew that I like making accessories since I was a child. I realized you were always in your room making something. So my hobby became my job. Last year, I made $90,000. $90,000? It does vary on the months, but I'm able to hire new people. Also, since I don't have to pay for Mike's living expenses, it's great that I can save money now. Mike's living expenses? Oh, you still don't know? What are you talking about? Did Mike get a new job? No, he didn't. So I guess his annual income is about $25,000. $25,000? He only gave me $300 a month and spent everything else on his own. So I don't think he has any savings. How can that be? He bought me many things. Many luxury things. How about the $50,000 for the wedding? He still has to pay for the house. I've actually been paying for the house for a while. The rest is from the lottery. The lottery? When we got married, Mike won $300,000 in the lottery. Seriously? But he's the type that uses as much money as he has. So he just kept on spending the money. Last year, I think he only had about $12,000 left. And then he got divorced, so he had to pay me $30,000 for alimony and spend $50,000 on the wedding. If he spent money like before, I don't think he has that much money. I think you should check his bank account. Are you kidding me? I'm pregnant with this child, and we're also married. I'm going to go back to work. Hey, Lily! I'm going to work on my business. Wait! Please help me if you have that much money. Bye. Hey, Lily! Sure enough, Mike has no more money. My sister was going to be a relaxed housewife, but that's not going so well. She has to go to work, but she started flirting and having an affair with her boss at work. Mike found out, and now she has to pay alimony for him, so she has to double work. On the other hand, I realized that they were going to ask me for money, so I changed my contact numbers. I haven't told them where I live now, so I'm completely cut them off. My family was very weird. They treated my sister like the best because she was the oldest. I could kind of predict this when she started cheating on me with my husband. I'm glad it's all over now.